So as you can see guys, nothing much has changed since yesterday. So that's why today I'm actually going to give you a quick update on Bitcoin price action, and then we are going to jump into Ethereum price action, because Ethereum right now compared to Bitcoin looks very interesting. So let's start this analysis by looking at this Bitcoin price action in a daily time frame, because since yesterday we are seeing some sort of a weakness to continue in an upper direction. I said you guys, the RSI here was actually still flashing the price here could head in an upper direction, because the RSI above 50 level is always a good sign. But MACD here to the downside, you can see guys, MACD was clearly flashing a bearish crossover. So one indicator is still bullish, which is the RSI, which is above 50 level. The another one is bearish. So that's why the trend here is not showing us the possible trend direction. But I say to you guys, even the price of Bitcoin would see any sort of a pullback, we have a very strong support at this 55,000 price level, around this 55,000. Why? Because around this 55,000 is also the lower line of this ascending channel, because the price here could form a double bottom type of scenario around this price level. And this sort of a pullback, we know the lower line could be acting as a support, and price here could still see a move here in an upper direction in this manner, because we know 55,000 was not just only the lower line of this ascending channel which is going to be acting as a support, but I also showed you with this monthly CPI line, because we knew exactly when the price had a pullback around the top CPI line around 57,000. This was one very strong support. Every time when the price found support at the top CPI line, we also saw some movement towards the next possible price target level. So according to the monthly CPI, our possible price target is around 65,300 to 65,400 price level. But as I've already said you, any sort of rejection, if the RSI line is also going to go below 50 level along with this bearish MACD line, then we are going to focus on this price pullback towards the lower line area, which is going to be around 55,000. And if that's going to happen, then according to this CPI, the lower line is also exactly where the central CPI line is, and this central CPI line is also exactly around this 55,300 55,400 price level. So that's why we know any sort of a price pullback, this 55,000 here to the downside is one very strong support for Bitcoin. In this kind of bull market, shakeout like this happens pretty often guys. The only thing you have to take into consideration is risk management and proper position sizing, because if you are overly leveraged and also if you don't know how to proper position size, then there is a very likely scenario that you are going to get burnt guys. That's why use proper risk management and also proper position sizing. So now this here was also one scenario which we talked on my yesterday videos. I said to you guys, as long as the price of Bitcoin is not falling below this 21 exponential moving average, we could still see this as a potential move in an upper direction, just like this one here. After breaking the upper line of this falling wedge and also price finding support above this 21 exponential moving average, we started moving in an upper direction, and this similar scenario is also unfolding here. So as long as we are finding our support at this 21 exponential moving average, which is sitting around 56,500, we are absolutely fine, as I've already said you guys. And in the worst case scenario, if the price is going to see a massive pullback and also going to break below this 50 exponential moving average, then we are going to talk about some reversal scenario for price action of Bitcoin, because as long as this 21 exponential and this 50 exponential moving average is holding the price, I'm not going to call this as a bearish trend reversal for Bitcoin. So please keep this in mind, okay guys? And now let's also have a quick look at price action of Bitcoin using the Fibonacci extension level, because if you monitor the price movement at this current stage guys, using this Fibonacci extension level, we can see very clearly the price movement here. If you take the Fibonacci from this low till this swing high, you will see the 0.382 57,600 is our very strong support, and this is also where we are actually holding the ground. So to the upside, this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level is a very strong resistance line around 59,890. So you can see here, whenever the price reached this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level, we got a strong rejection, and yesterday we had this similar scenario. So now we are trapped in between these two Fibonacci line of 0.382 and 0.5 Fibonacci extension level. So as long as we are going to stay in between this, then I'm pretty much sure that we are also going to see again a move here towards the price target level of 0.618, which is around 62,000. But the price target level which we are personally focusing on around this 0.786 Fibonacci extension level. So this here, which is around 65,300, is our target level here to the upside, because according to this CPI, the R1 target line in most of the cases has always been reached, right? If you look here, from April, from last year 2020 April, you can see the green line was always tested except this September month. And I've also actually showed you already this scenario. You can see every time when the price had a pump, it came to this error line and saw some sort of a correction, and this error line was tested in more than 95% of the cases except this September month. You can see the price didn't touch the error line. What happened? It actually had a pullback towards the monthly S1 line, this red line here to downside. But after that, you can see we still started moving in an upward direction. So each and every month after that, you can see the monthly R1 target line was always reached. Until the end of the month, the target was always triggered. So that's why this error line you can see here was also reached here. So that's why our error line is also around 65,400, 65,300 price level. So that's why this price target level to the upside is our first price target level for this April month. So let's see how this one is going to play out, right? Because we know any sort of a pullback, this 21 exponential moving average, which is sitting around 56,500, is a very, very strong support for now. And also this upper line of this CPR, the top CPR line, which is around 57,000 price level. So now this 57,000 and this 21 exponential moving average along with this 0.38 to Fibonacci level, which is around 57,600, is a very, very strong support. So let's see if the support is going to remain there, then we are also going to see a possible move towards the 59,800 and also this 62,000 along with the 65,000 where the monthly R1 line is at. So this is what I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin. And now let's have a quick look at Ether price action. So if you monitor this price movement of Ether starting in a weekly time frame, guys, you can see in a weekly time frame the price of Ether does looks very, very bullish. And I've actually been saying this since couple of months now, because I said you guys, breaking the previous high structure is going to be a buying opportunity. So when the price was actually seeing this pullback, I said you guys, this pullback is more likely to be a retest the previous temporary resistance line which we had here, because according to this Livermore's pivotal point theory, breaking the previous high structure, this point P area again is going to be a buying opportunity. And if we look in our case, when the price of Ether broke the previous high structure here in a weekly time frame, you can see this was a buying opportunity and we had a really nice move here in an upward direction. And then we also witnessed this price pullback. Price came back to retest the previous temporary top and also found support, and now again we are seeing this move here in an upper direction. Look at this price movement. This price movement is clearly flashing us that hey, this could also flash a double bottom type of scenario at this current stage, because this here actually does looks like a double bottom type of scenario. So if this is going to play out, the neckline has already been broken, the previous temporary resistance line again, which was around 1934. So if this is going to continue right now in a weekly time frame, 2,462 price level in a short term here. So if this is going to play out, we know with this ascending broadening wedge or this symmetrical triangle or this double bottom scenario, you can see according to this symmetrical triangle, our price target is also around 2,440. And now we know according to this weekly time frame, if this double bottom scenario is going to play out, 2,440, 2,450 is also our upward price target. So that's why I was saying you guys that price of Ether could be testing this 2,440, 2,450 level very, very soon. You can see the price here has clearly broken out of this previous high structure again, which is also invalidate the resistance line. So let's say if this double bottom is not going to happen right away, if the price is going to retest it, come back to retest the previous temporary resistance line, then it should be also absolutely fine. In that case, 1,938 is a very, very strong support, but we are still going to look for a possible movement here in an upper direction for Ether in this manner in a weekly time frame, because in a daily time frame, all this three scenario which is playing out right now is also a bullish scenario. In Bitcoin scenario, you can see here the RSI was over 50 level, but the MACD was flashing a bearish crossover, right? But if you look in a daily time frame for Ether, the RSI is also clearly over 50 level, and along with that, this is also still a bullish MACD crossover. So that's why guys, Ether right now actually looks very, very bullish. And if this double bottom scenario is going to play out first, our price target is 2,350, and for this symmetrical triangle is 2,450. So now we know according to this double bottom in a weekly time frame, our upper target level, which was also around 2,440, 2,450, could actually make a lot of sense. So that's why we are going to focus around this upward price target for Ether in the upcoming days. And in the smaller time frame, we can see if you look at this in a 4-hour time frame using the Fibonacci extension level, right now the price structure what we are forming here is also flashing us that the price of Ether could be forming this symmetrical triangle. This symmetrical triangle is ready to get a breakout. So if this breakout is going to happen, let's say if this breakout is going to happen, then you can see, guys, according to that, the price target here to the upside could be again exactly around 100% Fibonacci extension level. So that is going to be around 2190 to 2200 price level here to the upside. So any sort of a fake out and again a pullback type of scenario, then we know we could also see again a pullback towards this 1900 price level, because I said you in a weekly time frame, if we are going to see any sort of a pullback again to retest this previous temporary resistance line, then that should also be absolutely fine, because we had this similar test here. Price came back to retest the previous temporary resistance line, and after that we had a bounce here in an upper direction. So if that's going to happen, then 1930, 1940 is a very strong support line, and after that again I'm actually focusing on a move here in an upper direction. And also, guys, if we are going to break out of this upper line area of this symmetrical triangle here in a 4-hour time frame, then we could see a very nice move towards this 100% Fibonacci extension level. So that could be around 2190 to 2200 price level here to the upside. And also, guys, if you look at this market cap dominance for Bitcoin, this was the price structure what we talked in my previous video. I said to you guys, since the market dominance was clearly flashing a descending broadening wedge, to complete this we were actually expecting a move here to the downside, and around this price level there was also this head and shoulder scenario that was playing out. I said to you guys, since this Bitcoin dominance chart has already broken out of the neckline area, we were expecting a price movement here to the downside where the previous temporary support line was, and also the resistance. You can see this around this lower line area we do have a very strong support, and that's why we were also expecting, hey, if we are going to see a pullback here in the dominance of Bitcoin, then we could also find a support around this level, right? And then a move here in an upper direction. But till then, right, till then we could see a lot of upward movement for Ethereum. So that's why, right, you can see the dominance of Bitcoin is also fading very clearly. So this is what I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin and also Ethereum. If you enjoyed my work, if this video was helpful enough, then please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.